We clearly have a serious long-term problem in this country with rising health care costs. It impacts a veteran who served our country who relies on TRICARE in Highland Hills. It affects a senior who requires skilled nursing home care in Thousand Oaks in northeast San Antonio. It impacts someone who has nothing but Medicare to provide their health care in San Marcos. And it affects people across this country. But the fundamental question that Mr. Ryan's Republican budget presents today is whether the solution to that rising health care cost problem that impacts so many Americans is to shift more of the burden to the seniors, to the most vulnerable, including our seniors in nursing homes, if that will solve the rising health care cost. And I think shifting from the taxpayer to the senior is the wrong approach to take. Now, we've heard from many of the commentators who've gotten behind Mr. Ryan's plan that he's visionary and that anyone who doesn't agree with him is demagogic or is involved in Metascare. I'll tell you, what could be more Metascare than to tell people the only alternative that they have to Medicare going bankrupt is to adopt his plan? I don't think the plan, while well thought out, is visionary. I think it's rather myopic, that he needs a different set of glasses to look through the issues, the vision from the standpoint of that senior in San Marcos or in East Austin who's relying on Medicare. And now he would give them, instead of the defined benefits program of Medicare, he'd give them a certificate. And would buy that senior less health care each year, because there is a feeling by some of the more right-wing commentators that if you do that, that seniors will drive down the cost of health care probably by not using as much, which is not all that different than seniors having to cut their pills in two and take less because the choice is not to have the food and the nutrition that they need. We know that underlying this vision of a vouchered system, which there have been some bells and whistles added to it since Mr. Ryan initially adopted it, but it's still basically a voucher system, that behind it is just the general Republican disdain for the retirement security programs that go back to the era of FDR. Instead of the vision of Lyndon Johnson, who got this right in 1965, we have Governor Perry, who, when he's not having an oops moment, refers to Social Security as a Ponzi system. That's not the kind of commitment to retirement security that we need. The better approach is one that calls on those at the top of the economic ladder to accept more responsibility for the cost of financing retirement security, so that we don't continue to have tax breaks for billionaires and multinational corporations that are not paying their fair share, but we have the revenues. At the same time we try to deal with the cost issues, as we did through the Affordable Care Act, that we have the revenues for a balanced approach. It is not visionary to blame seniors, to blame retirees for the problems that we have in Medicare. It is essential that we seek a balanced approach